Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug, The New Powerpuff Girls, Star Wars The Force of Evil, and RWBY. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
Today, Delaney and I will be discussing our weekly Steven Universe Roundtable, and our topic this week is a Steven Universe year-end review. We'll be taking you back through all of the Steven Universe episodes that have aired this week, not this week, but have aired in 2016.
Just this week,
which is none because we're never getting a new episode ever again. But all the episodes that have aired in 2016, what's the state of the show right now, what's our favorite episodes of the season, stuff like that. We year in review week here at the Overly Animated Podcast. Justin and I put out a animation year in review earlier. You can check that at overlyanimated.com. Now we're gonna work through our Steven Universe year in review. Check out our weekly Steven Universe discussions at overlyanimated.com or search for the Overly Animated Podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. Let's start with, we haven't heard from you, Delaney, in a while on Steven Universe. What were your thoughts on the two most recent episodes, which were Gem Harvest and Three Gems and a Baby?
Gem Harvest was neat. I just watched it today. Gem Harvest is I've just been really busy, but Gem Harvest it was a neat episode. It's very different. It's something we haven't really addressed before. The human side of Steven, which we talk about, but we don't really see a lot of. We just kind of see Greg. So this is different. Actually, this actual human family that he has, and kind of a real reaction to the gems. And then Three Gems and a Baby. I feel like that should have been an episode we saw a lot earlier.
Yeah, it felt like an earlier episode for sure.
A lot earlier. I mean, it was funny to see, it was kind of almost a joke, because it was oh, look at Pearl, being ridiculous, and the gems they just seem to kind of caricature to themselves. But I mean, both of them I thought were good episodes, and they're both definitely interesting, and they added some backstory, which sometimes is something we lack in Steven Universe. So I thought they were both good. They're not. I mean, Gem Harvest was a little underwhelming for a 30-minute episode. Well, 22 minutes, but it's no bismuth.
Yeah,
but I thought both of them.
They were both good, but not our strongest episode.
Yeah, right? I thought they were both good. They're good.
Yeah, sure. The show always good, and let's, my next question would be what do you think of the show in 2016? But in order to discuss that, let's figure out what's aired this year, right? So let's look back on Steven Universe in 2016. So we started with The Answer on January 4th. And we had that whole, end of season 2 Steven Bomb arc in January that ended with, Yellow Diamond. Then we didn't have anything until a May, once a week for a month with the, gem drill type arc that also included Hit the Diamonds and Barn Mates and stuff like that. Then we had Summer of Steven, going from Steven Floats all the way into, when did that even end, Bob? Into Know Your Fusion. So that was all of the rest of season 3 and then the beginning of season 4, and then we were weekly for a while after that until just these two random ones, Gem Harvest and Three Gems and a Baby, weren't weekly after that, but yeah. So we're weekly until Onion Gang, then we had these 2 episodes, and we're in season 4. So that's a lot. So all of season 3, the end of season 2, and the beginning of season 4 so far aired in 2016. So strong year for Steven Universe.
Definitely. It's definitely a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this is, how many episodes is that? We are talking...
Is this more than, everything before? This is ridiculous.
No, it's not. We're talking 40 episodes that aired there this year, and we have had 113 air total, so... I
mean, that's a fraction. That's a considerable fraction.
Yeah, so, maybe, 38%. That's my guess at that percentage. Let me check this. But yeah, so what, out of, just hearing what I've said, about... 35%. That's close. Okay. Just hearing what I've said about, what has aired this year, what would be your impression of, the quality of Steven Universe this year?
I think it's definitely been outstanding. I think we talked a lot about, I can't really, there's been a few episodes where we're this wasn't really, we've had, I think toward the end we had a lot of the towny episodes that we've all collectively been nah about, but they're not bad. They're just not, the heights of some of the other episodes. But I think potentially some of the, we've had a very solid run. I think a lot of the greatest episodes potentially of Steven Universe ever have definitely aired this year. They definitely like kind of stand on their own. The Summer of Steven was just incredible. Like honestly, like it almost is based. Every single episode was just amazing. I just like it's like the year of Steven Universe. It's just been it's so much, but it's all been great. I think very few definitely I don't think really any bad episodes at all. I think we've hit like there's the Townie episodes aren't great, but they're not awful. And I think this is like Steven Universe is as high as it's. I mean, we've talked about consistency with Steven Universe before, and like the Townie episodes versus like episodes like Bismuth and things like that. But I think Steven Universe's quality has been consistent, and it's been consistent at a very high level. And like we're like, I mean, we'll say say for a few episodes that aren't amazing. Everything's been good. Like I think like this has just been an incredible year for Steven Universe, and we've gone a lot of places. Like we've moved quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean we've spanned 3 seasons. It's hard to look at it in one kind of unit.
Right.
By the way, looking at it as 40 episodes, if you want to separate out the half-hour episodes as one episode, like they are counted on, it's 38 episodes have aired this year. That kind of pisses me off. If Cartoon Network just aired the show weekly, then we'd have most weeks of the year a new episode of Steven Universe, but they do not.
It's ridiculous.
So I'd much prefer if we just said like, okay, March to November, new episodes of Steven Universe, and you could have every week a new episode, but no.
Yep, but no.
Yes, so I think that this is the strongest year of Steven Universe. This is kind of a stupid thing to say because the only other competition is 2015. The 2 years before that, there were episodes, but it wasn't as frequent. They're kind of like getting their stuff together for the first 2 years of the show, and then 2015 had all of the end of season 1 and then most of season 2, which was very strong because you had episodes like Jailbreak and Sworn to the Sword. A lot of our, some of the best episodes of the show. So, that was a good, strong competition, but I think that Steven Universe has elevated its game this year. I think it's not as consistent as, I would have hoped. I think we still have some of the down Townie episodes. There's some good Townie episodes too, but, occasionally there's an episode that's not as great. But at the same time, I mean, Summer of Steven achieved for the most part a very high level of quality for the show. So, I think that we are in a really great place with Steven Universe. And despite, I guess, these 9 episodes of season 4 so far, I don't know if there's any super standout one. I guess Mindful Education is what people would say, is the standout episode, but nothing to me is like, wow, we're heading in great places. That being said, I think that for the most part, that's like type of them like screwing around in the beginning of the season. And then once we start a story arc, we'll go places. Let me give you, so I did my top 25 episodes of TV, and you can see that on overlyanimated.com, and 10 of them were Steven Universe episodes in my top 25. So that's a lot. And I kind of tried to explain this in the article, but that's like, dual reasons. Like number 1, I think Steven Universe is the best show on TV. Number 2, it's aired 40 episodes, so it has higher chances of making this list just because there's
like just probability.
Yeah, there's just more episodes, so they can hit a lot more. So let's take you through this 10 that I've ranked, and we'll try to highlight some of the studs. I think the clear standout this year, and potentially the standout of all of Steven Universe, there's some hefty competition at the top, but Bismuth.
Yes.
I think Bismuth is so good. I watched it again at some point in the last month, and it's just incredible. What they accomplish in this episode, it makes me want them to accomplish this more often. But they just have the ability to take this one-off gem, write a story about it, have it affect all of our characters, have it advance the plot, have it tied to all the themes of the season. Just so outstanding what they do with Bismuth.
And like it really shows like, we're like, oh, it's 11 minutes, Steven Universe is great, and then it's like what they can do with 22 minutes. It's like, oh god, what would this show be?
Yeah. Which is interesting because their most recent other 22-minute one,
right.
Gem Harvest, I think it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of the opposite side. Like you could have probably done Gem Harvest in less time, but, so I don't know if it's, I don't think, like, I think Gem Harvest, I think it's good, but I think it's also like a clear argument that, the show wouldn't necessarily be strictly better as 22 minutes.
Right.
So,
right.
Do you agree with me? Bismuth is the number 1 episode of the year.
No, I definitely think so. Bismuth is an incredible episode. It's just unbelievable how amazing Bismuth is and what Bismuth has done for the show, and it's just like easily the best episode of Steven Universe of the year, and potentially best episode ever. of Bismuth. Like, it's up there, like, definitely.
Yeah. I'm debating it for the top spot. I mean, it's hard to not say Rose's Scabbard, but it's up there. My number 2 is Earthlings.
Yes.
Which is kind of the emotion, like the narrative height of season 3. With Jasper and the reveals and Smoky Courts, and they just do so much in that episode, and it's like I think their best plot episode.
Definitely, it's like like what they do with the fusion, and it's just that episode is just it kind of encompasses everything that is like great about Steven Universe.
Yeah, like it's like Steven Universe. This is what's great about Steven Universe plot wise, and then my number 3 is Hit the Diamond, which I think is what's everything great about Steven Universe character wise.
Yes,
which is this super gay episode with Ruby and Sapphire flirting
and
all the time,
and still being kind of goofy. Like, and Steven Universe can have this balance.
Yeah, exactly. Earthlings is pretty serious, and then Hit the Diamond super goofy and fun, and just incredible character moments, and is just hilarious. Just so many different types of episodes the show can do. Those are like a clear top 3. My number 4 is The Answer. Some people disagree with this, but, I think this is an episode that'll look better looking back. This is another different type of episode. It's more of a fairy tale, the Ruby and Sapphire fairy tale. Its narrative isn't super detailed, but I think that its, emotions and its aesthetics really get it there. And it's really a standout. The first episode that aired this year.
I definitely agree. I mean, I can see like people maybe not put it at 4, but like The Answer is definitely, I think, it's a standoff episode. We have, we don't really get a lot of background in the Steven Universe, which has been one of the incredible moments. A lot of these episodes in these past 2 seasons, we've actually had exposition, we've had some background, we've had some mythology building in Steven Universe, which was something we were seriously lacking beforehand. And we have The Answer, and that's just. Like, I think it's definitely one of those episodes like we've needed, and it was executed so well, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous episode, and I'm really happy that exists in the Steven Universe canon. And then we have a few that are more maybe my personal favorites. We have the New Lars. We don't need to fight this. I don't need to go over this again, but New Lars for me is like another different type of episode. It's like what the show can accomplish with the Townie episode. Like, it can have a great narrative Townie episode. So, it's like proof of concept that, this is a type of episode that can succeed on the show. Again, all of these episodes so far have been very different. And then another different one, Greg the Babysitter, a Rose flashback type episode. These are like genuinely 6 different types of Steven Universe episodes. I think this is my favorite Rose flashback episode. I think it's been the most successful. I love the portrayal of Rose in this one. Same Old World. Another different episode. This is Steven and Lapis flying around and enjoying the sights, and Lapis backstory. Lapis, people probably put this lower. Lapis personal favorite, so I have that pretty high. Gem hunts, Connie, Pearl, there you go.
The faves.
Yeah, the faves. And this is like I don't know, kind of like a mystery episode as like a different like snow aesthetic, stuff like that. Mr. Greg, a highlight. We haven't even talked about that, the all musical episode.
I mean, that's like amazing, and you think it's kind of a silly, dumb episode, but no, like, and then it hurts you naturally, like the show likes to do.
And it does great things with Pearl's character, and most like hearteningly, it's things that they followed up on already. With Mystery Girl, like it fits in really well with the rest of the show. It's not, you're right, it's not just this one-off gimmicky episode, and all of the songs in that are great, and episode's genuinely great. Monster Reunion. Centipedal was finally back. I mean, this episode kind of got buried in all of the stuff that happened in Steven Universe, but first Centipedal came back. Second of all, it was like kind of really great. And, Centipedal's story and Steven telling Steven through that, and everything they've done with Centipedal, I thought was really successful.
Well, it's also like Centipedal's representative of this larger theme that was taking us through the series, with gym corruption, and it was just really well executed.
Yeah, that's true. And that like kind of hits on these gem corruption themes they had going on through season 2 as well. That didn't necessarily super pay out. Episodes on my honorable mention list, Log Date. There's a bunch of these Peridot episodes.
I was going to say they're all Peridot.
Yeah. Barnmates. Gym Drill, also a Peridot episode. Yep. It Could Have Been Great, which was I believe that was the finale type episode that wasn't actually the finale. Yeah. The Wednesday episode and that January bomb. And Too Short to Ride, another. So all the Lauren and Hillary Peridot episodes were honorable mentions. You could argue any of those could be in the top 5. Those are
All
also
of
good.
them.
Also good. Any other standouts off the top of your head from ones I haven't mentioned yet? I mean, there's other great ones too.
Well, I mean, Alone at Sea.
Yep, Alone at Sea. Yep, there you go.
Like that's a really like there's a lot of like discussion about Alone at Sea, but I definitely think that was very. Also, Know Your Fusion was like a really weird but great episode. Like that was just a weird, like just totally. Granted, also one of my personal favorites, Onion Gang, that I wanted to defend. That I thought Onion Gang was great for multiple reasons.
False, but okay.
No, it's amazing, and you're wrong.
False. Worst. Wait, maybe I'll have to defend that. Maybe the worst episode this year.
No, incorrect.
I think that's pretty clear.
No, Onion Gang is great, and then Message Received. I thought. I mean, Message Received is pretty quality.
Yeah, that's another great episode.
Actual Yellow
Diamond. That was the actual. Yeah, those are kind of a two-part. It's hard to distinguish.
Right.
But yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's go through the rest of the ones we haven't talked about. Steven's Birthday was good.
Yes.
Message Received was good. Super Watermelon Island, I thought was good.
That is like for a dumb episode, like for a dumb concept, that episode's great.
Yeah. Steven Floats, I thought was not good, but it was fine. Drop Beat Dad, I thought was fine, but not great. What else we got? Beach Day Drift, I thought was fine, but not great.
Yeah, it's not.
Restaurant Wars, fine, but not great. Kiki's Delivery Service, fine, but not great. So there's a little bit of downstretch there. But then we do the Amethyst episodes we haven't talked about yet. Crack the Whip and Steven versus Amethyst. Yeah,
Steven versus Amethyst. Steven versus Amethyst it's up there. Like that's a really good episode.
Yeah, I agree. That episode's really good. Yeah. That's one that could easily.
And then honestly, like Earthlings is the standout, but Beta 3 Bubbled, that is an amazing run of episodes. Like, yeah. I mean, Back to the Moon's kind of silly, but it's also really great.
Yeah, Back to the Moon's great. Bubbled is great. Beta, the first half of Beta is incredible. Like, I think if you take the first half of Beta, that's one of the best episodes of the show.
Definitely.
That's another Peridot Lapis episode, and that's like the best Peridot Lapis stuff in that episode. I think that episode's getting buried in my mind, but I need to remember it.
Well, it's like even like Kindergarten Kid, which is like the Roadrunner episode, like a lot of people obviously thought that was stupid and didn't like it, but like they're doing really interesting things with this show, and like they do it well. Like even if you're like this wasn't amazing, like they're not awful. Yeah,
that episode's interesting. I'm fine with that type of episode. Try new things. It definitely wasn't awful. It was absolutely fine. Buddy's book, I like that one. Mindful Education, a standout for a lot of people.
Yes, definitely.
Need to rewatch that, but yeah, Future Boys Ultron, one of my faves.
It's like, think of all the songs we got this year.
Yeah, that's true. We could do this on. I think we'll have a separate one on songs. Like,
yes, I mean, because like Mindful Education is like up there alone just for the song.
Yeah, I agree. Last one out of Beach City. I haven't even mentioned that. A lot of people's faves with the Mystery Girl.
Yes.
There you go. Onion Gang. Delaney irrationally likes.
It's so good.
And then Gem Harvest, 3 Gems and a Baby are fine too. So, yeah, so that's all we mentioned. We mentioned all the episodes. That's a lot of good stuff in there. That's a lot of episodes.
Just so much, and they're all great.
Let's look back at season 3 as a whole, because we actually got the entirety of season 3 this year.
Yeah.
So we start that after the Yellow Diamond stuff through kind of this cutoff point after the what ends up being like this Jasper, Amethyst, Steven arc that all kind of come together at the end of the year. I think that's the strongest season of the show.
Oh, I think definitely. Like, you have, like, it starts off really strong, it ends really strong. You kind of have these towny episodes in the middle, but they're not bad. Like, they're good. Like, they're all solid. Like, I think it's incredible. Like, everything that happens in season 3 is just amazing. Like, the show's gorgeous. You have all these neat things happening. Some of the best characterization and character development we've had in the series. Like, season 3 is easily the best season of the show.
I think so, too. And people would be like, season 2 was really good. And it was.
Right. But the thing is, like, the difference is, like, season 2 has, like, easily, like, some of the best episodes of the show, Rose the Scabbard, this, and this, but, like, there's a lot of low points in season 2, too. Like, we still kind of have those episodes where it's like,
yeah,
okay.
like Sworn to the Sword, Rose Scabbard ends of season 1. But yeah, I agree, there's more low points in season 2 but season 3 is just consistent throughout.
Well, it's like season 3 is just, and, like, the fact, they aired, like, a lot of it, like, it was at, like, all at once, and the fact that you're watching it and you're like, this is amazing, like, yeah, I think it's pretty clear, like season 3 easily stands on its own as the best season of Steven Universe, and I think it'll be really hard to top season 3. You
look at the episodes that aired in season 3, almost all the ones we talked about, that's like better than most shows' entire runs.
For real, like
yeah.
I look at these episodes, like I'm like Super Watermelon. That episode's great. Gym drill, like you get hit the barnmates, hit the diamond, and then like Earthlings and Bismuth, and like this season has at this point some of the best episodes ever of Steven Universe. These episodes are every single episode in this season, even the Townie episodes are all good. There's not, I don't think, a single bad episode in this season, which we can't like, or decent. We can't even say that. We can't say that about seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And we can't say that about season 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think Steven floats, but yeah, it's really good. Really great stuff this year from the show. Let's talk about fast pacer. Let's talk about some themes over some like arcs that we've been on this year with the show and see like where we are. I think the first immediate arc was the Yellow Diamond type arc.
Yes.
And that's kind of continued even past Yellow Diamond appearing. We've had like the effects, the rubies coming down. Like
we're still dealing with that. Like there's Homeworld is here. Like Homeworld is making their presence known.
Yeah. Where do you think we are with that arc now?
We're definitely like we're in a resting period, but like stuff's about to happen. Like I mean, we haven't seen we maybe have seen the loss of the rubies. I don't think so. But we're definitely like Homeworld is like coming. Like
yeah, like Yellow Diamond's gonna know the rubies aren't back and is gonna do something about that. That could be the next like shoe to drop. Like that could be the next thing to happen. We'll talk about that more.
I'm still waiting for us to go to Homeworld, but
yeah, well, probably not now. But yeah, that would be great, but probably not at the moment. We'll have a separate predictions podcast, but other arcs we had the end of this the cluster arc, right? Couldn't even remember what it was called for a while, but then Gem Drill we kind of end it. Overall, I don't think that's one of the best arcs on the show.
No, it's like it's an interesting concept, and then we just kind of like rush and fix it. Maybe it'll come back. We don't know, but like I doubt it.
Yeah, I think Gem Drill, great episode on its own. Yes. In terms of like concluding that arc, is a little bit unsatisfactory. Yeah, like
it's a really big arc that they just solve very quickly.
Yeah. I think overall, that's one of their most contrived arcs to me. It's like here's a thing with a time limit that we need to solve, and like we bring it up. And we try to tie it into this Peridot stuff, but I feel like it's one of the least successful long-term plot arcs the show has done.
Well, it's not even that long-term. Like we talk about it, but we don't like in comparison to say like the Rose arc and Peridot's arc. Like it's not nearly as long.
You're right. Yeah.
It's very quick. It's rushed, and
I kind of hope it doesn't come back.
Right.
But we'll know.
We'll have to see. It's a little weird. I mean, I could see them tying it into gym corruption, like maybe when they maybe figure out how to like cure gym corruption or something.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's probably coming back. It's going to tie to the corruption. I agree. And Steven's powers, right? Like, well, that's another. We'll get into that. But next is Lapis, the Lapis arc. Same old world through stuff like integrating with Peridot through Alone at Sea. We do a lot with Lapis this season, and a lot of it,
even honestly, Gem Harvest.
Into Gem Harvest. Yeah, I think it's still going. What do you think of ultimately where we went with Lapis's in induction? I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Integration with Peridot and the Crystal Gems.
Definitely, it was interesting. She's like kind of I had discussed this a lot about not everyone's gonna like Steven, not everyone's gonna like the Crystal Gems, and Lapis really like Peridot kind of was like that, but Lapis is definitely like she loves Steven, she thinks Steven's great, but she's not like she doesn't really like the Crystal Gems. She has a lot of hard feelings. She even she jokes about it in Gem Harvest. And I mean, I think she's definitely, one of the more interesting. Well, not more. She's not. It's not like, oh, she's more interesting than Garnet or something. But like, they've done something very interesting with her, and we're still going with it. And like, she's a neat character. Like I think they've done it pretty well. They've done it in a realistic way, considering all the hard feelings between her and the Crystal Gems.
This arc was a little bit hard for me to see up close. It was fast. We moved fast in Summer of Steven. I was kind of waiting.
We don't see Lapis a lot. That's the thing,
I was waiting for some more overt things with her, some more overt integration into the group. Looking back, I think it's fine, and I think that.
Well, I think we we had this idea that oh, well, when they join, it'll be like, oh, they'll be like Garnet. They'll be like, I don't think we could have foreseen this more like auxiliary role. Like Peridot and Lapis they are crystal gems, but they live in the barn and we don't visit them a lot. Like they just like, the crystal gems want to protect Earth. Peridot and Lapis just kind of want to live and like kind of have their little thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's realistic given where they went with her, right? Like she's not like this fully integrated member.
It was
she's just
like
there with Peridot.
hard to see when
she's like happening. She's not integrated fully with the gems. She's integrated fully with Peridot herself at this point, which I think is earned given all the incredible interactions we've had.
Yes,
certainly.
definitely.
Yeah. And just Lapis is in with Steven, and like Lapis's view on Earth, I think was done really well. I think Same Old World was incredible in that regard, and like the addressing of Jasper and Alone at Sea, I think was certainly profound. I guess I'd like to address that again at some point.
Well, I feel like we probably will. Like we're definitely like it's this show's definitely one of those. It's like, oh, we think we're done, we're not quite. Like we never really finish anything.
Yeah,
we always come back to things. So. Yeah. We'll definitely see it again.
I will see it again, yeah. The Lapidot arc is a subset of this. I think the standout material of the year probably comes from the Lapidot. I mean, there have been other incredible stuff. Like, obviously, a lot of the episodes we mentioned don't even involve Lapidot, but looking back as just like a unit that has been hit on time and time again, I think that this has been done incredibly well by everyone on the team, and especially Hillary and Lauren.
Well, if we're going to be honest, a lot of it's Peridot. Like, the standout, I think, 2016 is Peridot as a character. Like,
I think that was our standout character last year, and I think it is again this year. I think
it's always Peridot. Yeah. Like, she's just so great.
I do, yeah, we could have an award show, but I do think Peridot is the animation character of the year again.
Let's just give, we just need to give Peridot, a medal or, a little trophy,
I think it's Lapis, though. I think that Beta especially, their domestic interactions have been incredible.
Oh, I mean, definitely. I mean, Lapis is, obviously Lapis is great, and, together they're both great. It's just, I don't know, they just work together well. They're doing really neat things with them.
Yeah. It's a good decision to pair. It's a good decision to pair them together. I'd also love to still see them on their own occasionally. I think we've gotten that with Peridot, not necessarily as much with Lapis, so I'd like to maybe see Lapis, Lapis and other characters are.
It's hard to, given Lapis' character. Lapis doesn't like the crystal gems, and she doesn't really.
So you kind of just have to have a Steven one, and we already did have the Steven episode, so yeah. I need Lapis bonding with Pearl to make the theoretical ship happen. Yeah. I don't know what that ship's called, but yeah.
I mean, Peridot's had her day with everyone. We'll see. Well, maybe.
Yeah, she needs the Pearl field trip.
Life-changing field trip.
Yeah. Ruby and Sapphire. Not really an arc. More just they're incredible, so let's show them. We had their backstory in The Answer, incredible gay fairy tale. What more can you ask for?
Exactly.
We had their gay baseball adventures in Hit the Diamond, incredible. So what else?
They're so cute. It's the gayest.
Who do you think the animation couple of the year is? Oh, we should have an award show, actually.
Okay,
this is a good idea.
We really should.
Because it's honestly, is it them? Is it Lapis and Peridot? Is it Starco? These are some good options.
Oh, okay. Here. Well, the thing is, Lapidot obviously is great, but Ruby and Sapphire, it has to be them. They're the gayest. The baseball game was the baseball game alone. It's Ruby and Sapphire because that was ridiculous. And obviously ship Lapidot, and you're oh, they're gay together. That's fine. But the thing is, Ruby and Sapphire are explicit. So you have to literally be blind and not talking about it to be oh, they're just friends. So
yeah, I mean, this is a year in which The Answer and Hit the Diamond aired. It's hard not to say that Ruby and Sapphire aren't the couple of the year.
Oh my god, yeah. It is the gayest, and it's
those
so
two
cute.
Episodes are
they're so cute. They suck at baseball because they have to keep flirting with each other. Yes. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Delaney's still not over that episode. Yeah,
I will never be over it. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, really
gayest. Good. And they're playing a sport. Literally, how much gayer can it get?
I guess if it was softball,
I mean, it's basically what it is. So
it's kind of, yeah. So, that was a great, not really an arc, but I'm interested to see if we ever do go on an arc with the two of them. We did before in revealing them and stuff like that,
right?
So.
Well, I mean, it's not I don't think we'll go through this kind of oh, Garnet breaks up, which that would be awful.
Yeah, no.
Done. That wouldn't happen. So, I don't know, we need to see, maybe they want to spend more time with Steven. I don't know. It'd be weird. We'll have to see. Or something happens that they can't fuse. And it's kind of not a gym illness. I don't know, something like that. That would be the only thing I can really imagine is for a reason. There has to be an absolute reason why they can't be together.
Yeah.
which would be
So
awful. We shouldn't do that.
let's not do that. Okay. Yeah, I
So,
think they're fine as they're perfect. You don't need to go in an arc because an arc
like
needs to go
seeing them
somewhere. And
occasionally is fine.
they're already there. So Steven's powers. Steven floats. This is a weird thing. Like Steven talking to the to the cluster. From that to Steven going into Lars's body. I don't think this arc's really paid off.
Oh, it's just like a lot. Like,
Yeah.
Steven can we just don't know what all Steven can do, and Steven doesn't know, and like the gyms don't know, and it's kind of like it hasn't quite gotten to the level where it's like, oh, Steven just did that and like it was just a plot device. So we're doing pretty good there, I think. We'll just have to see.
I will say this: we're going through all the arcs now. We're not even done. This is a lot of stuff. I think you could make an argument the show tries to do too much.
Well, I think that's like definitely a given. Like, look at how many characters we have, and like we literally have a whole town. Like, we know basically everyone who lives in Beach City, and like how they feel about the gyms and Steven and Greg, and it's a lot. Like, it's almost like, I mean, it's like Game of Thrones in that you know every little detail. It's just like a little less violent and awful, but.
Yeah, I think that, you know, I guess I'd prefer the show to like take some time to answer some of the questions before moving on.
It's really like three different shows. It's like you have this like fun adventure kind of show like Adventure Time, which is not my favorite thing in the world. And then you have the very heavy plot like Gems from Space, this war plot, and then you have like the family plot. Like it's kind of like three different shows. Like,
and then you also have like Steven's adventures with random people too. So
right, like you have this kind of like
I agree. There's a lot of different things.
Which isn't bad. It's all what makes Steven Universe.
Yeah, throwing plot arcs out there is fine. I think maybe they went a little far with the Steven's powers. I mean, then again, we're at an unresolved place with that, so maybe it'll look better.
That's the thing. We just don't like our arcs are not contained season to season, and we just have to see what happens.
Yeah.
And the show plays the long game, and like we've had like they do, and it's very intentional. You know, sometimes season one it maybe didn't feel that way, but like we've gone some places, and like the show it always keeps you on your toes, and like it'll introduce something and you're like, oh, I'm going to see that again, and you're like, oh, I haven't seen it for 2 years. You're like, holy crap, why'd they do that to me?
Yeah.
But that's what they do. Like this show is playing the long game, and I mean, we'll see more about the powers, and the thing is, we just never know when or what it is.
Yeah, we'll see on that. I agree. It might be a while before.
Well, I think honestly, I mean, even in comparison to Korra, like this show is like really complicated, and I think it's potentially one of it's a super complicated show, and it's part of what makes it so interesting. Like this has a lot of pieces to it, and really it's not like they're handling them poorly. They all go together pretty well. It's just sometimes they don't all come together by the end of a season, but the show is just playing the long game. It's just really complicated.
Yeah, it is complicated. Other arcs, going more quickly, we had Mr. Greg and Mr. Girl the Pearl is gay arc. The Pearl move on arc, right?
Good stuff.
We have a bunch of townie stuff. You know, we have the centipedal stuff that's kind of a solo thing right now.
Rose.
Rose.
Like Steven dealing with like.
Yes. We're getting there. Yeah. Like, I think that's the next thing is like Steven dealing with Rose. That's kind of like, I feel like has been their prevailing thing throughout.
Well, it's like the whole series, but like.
Especially recently. And I've loved what they've done with that. I would love if it like continued and like went somewhere specific. I wasn't necessarily satisfied with Bob as a conclusion to that arc. So I hope we continue.
Well, something I think that Jim Hart, I kind of like, watching Three Gems and a Baby, and it, that could have aired earlier. Actually, now that I think about it, this was the perfect time for it to air because this is kind of our reminder. We want answers for Rose. There aren't answers for Rose. Like Rose just isn't here. Like maybe we'll get a little bit more. I think we are kind of heading toward like a spirit world kind of thing. Like, the Avatar speaks to his past lives. Like I think Steven will have some sort of like dream or something where he speaks to Rose, but like that's the thing. Like I think that's something like the show encourages you to expect and want more from Rose. Like, I mean, the whole show is based on this mystery of who Rose is and like what Rose is and like why she did the things she did. And we're living all this through these characters, but like, I think Three Gems and a Baby reminds us that like there isn't like we're not going to see her again. Like Rose is gone. It's Steven.
So it's supposed to be unresolved type
I
thing.
think that's the ultimate, and that might frustrate people, but it's also kind of a beautiful thing in the show, and it like I think it's a very interesting thing. Like, that's kind of the basis.
If we did nothing else with it, it would already be great. I think there's probably a way to do it. Like, you don't necessarily have to indulge me and bring Rose back for a day. You know, you could. There's other ways to do it. So, but certainly, I think that's been one of the better things the show's done over the years. Like, have this in this arc in the background this entire time. This Amethyst arc we went on at the end of summer, Stephen.
So
one of
good.
the more like clear, overt, short-term arcs.
Yes.
Crack the Whip, Stephen versus Amethyst Bismuth. Back to the Moon. A lot of good Amethyst stuff here. We really needed Amethyst in the spotlight, and Amethyst like showing a lack of confidence in her role, and then gaining this confidence and relating to Stephen in that regard, and forming Smoky Quartz. I love the conclusion to that arc.
Well, we've gotten to the point where it's like, you know, for a while, like, Amethyst was kind of the weakest of the Crystal Gems, like, character-wise, and now we're like, everyone's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Which
I think that helped a lot, yeah.
Like, you know, we're doing pretty well. Like, Crystal Gems are very well established. We have Lapis and Peridot, and there's just a lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah. In the meantime, through all this, we have this kind of like Connie training and learning her place and things like, you know, mindful education, that the gem hunt, all that stuff. We need more. I think this has been an underdeveloped arc. I think we need more Connie.
Definitely need more Connie, and I think we're heading there. I think we just there hasn't been a need for Connie quite yet. Obviously, I think Connie should just be around always because I love her.
Yeah.
But you know, Connie's like. Well, granted they've done it well too. There isn't like, why don't we see Connie all the time? Like, there's a reason. Like, she doesn't live there. So, like, they've kind of built some stuff in that it works pretty well. So we'll see more of her, definitely. Like, you know, when the big battle comes, and like as we're heading towards that and going on more missions and things, we've just taken a break. Like, we kind of solved like the big problem that's been for a bit. You know, Jasper and what's going on, and now we're taking a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather, and more stuff will happen.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think more stuff will happen soon.
Which, I think a breather's important too. Like, there was a lot going on in season 3, and we kind of like breathers are important. Granted, you know, we want more exciting things going on too, but like it's always exciting. It's like, oh god.
I'd prefer to focus our lower moments on our characters that we care about instead of the random townies.
I agree.
You know, I think you can have breathers with like fun little fun little Garnet episode. You know, I think that's I think there's a way to do that, but you know, whatever. I don't control the show, so so I think those are the major arcs. Anything else you can think of?
It's pretty much it. I think
there's like 10 things. There's like 20 minutes on that, so it's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot. Like, honestly, we could do like an episode, like a podcast per theme. Like,
we could, there's
a lot.
Maybe that's going to be our default roundtable now. What's this theme, and like what have they been talking about? So
the theme of the week.
So there's our stopping point heading into 2017 Steven Universe. We have now had some quieter episodes, and we just had there's no clear direction. I still think we're at a point where there's nothing clearly that's going to happen next.
No, we don't really. We're just at this resting point. Anything could happen. We're definitely at a point where something's going to happen. It's just hard to know what.
Yeah, my guess, random things that I think we're going to have a separate predictions podcast, but random things I think will happen pretty soon are Yellow Diamond, some effect of her again. I think it's maybe our next catalyst. I think Lion Theory is going to happen.
Yes.
I think that maybe in 2017, 40 episodes. If there's another 40, Lion Theory, that'd be a good chance of happening in 2017.
Yeah.
Pink Diamond is Lion Theory. There you go. That's what I mean.
Yes.
And, you know, there's a lot of other directions we could go. I don't really know beyond that because we haven't really said anything.
Then also there could be a new big problem that we just don't know about yet. Like, this show does that. And it wouldn't necessarily be bad. We just don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we may even have a more personal issue. Like, maybe something happens to Greg. Like, we just don't, like, anything could happen.
It could, yeah. Will 2017 be better than 2016 for Steven Universe?
That'd be really hard to top. Well, I mean, I hope so. Like, I always want the show to get better, but we'll just have to see. I mean, honestly, if it holds strong, like, that's fine too. Holds in quality in comparison to 2016. I don't mean like keeping where we are right now in the show, but I think we'll just have to see.
I'll have to see, yeah. So,
I doubt we're going to get as many episodes, but I don't know.
I guess not, but at the same time, we won't even know until like halfway through the year because they can just dump a bunch on us.
Like, do we know how many seasons that Steven Universe is like slated to have? Like, I know there's been talk about it, but I don't know.
I think it got renewed for another one beyond this, or was it this one? So there might be 5, and because they also do the seasons are not the actual seasons. So I think there's probably 5. Like, it's been renewed for a 5th season, but I'm not sure.
I wasn't sure if we've like Rebecca Sugar has like planned out, to 6.
Yeah, I don't think that I haven't heard about a clear end game, and the show also is doing very well ratings wise, so I'm not concerned. So I mean, then again, Cartoon Network, very unpredictable with
granted, ratings too. It's also like at some point Rebecca's going to be like the show's over. Yeah. So
I don't think we're there yet, But
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
we'll
I don't
see.
think it's Ruby in 13 seasons or whatever.
I think we will see episodes in 2018 of Steven Universe, basically. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. So there you go. Let us know what you thought on any of these themes and favorite episodes, and is 2016 the strongest year of Steven Universe? And start. I guess we can start to do predictions, but we'll have probably a separate predictions discussion upcoming. It's going to be good stuff. Anything else, Delaney?
Just a great year for Steven Universe. Steven Universe, I mean, it continues to be my favorite show that we cover. It's, I think, easily the best show on television. Like, it just is. Steven Universe is amazing. Really, the only problem with Steven Universe is they just don't air it all the time. Like, the airing schedule for Steven Universe is terrible. And that's not Steven Universe's fault.
In retrospect, there were a lot of episodes, they just kind of aired them all at once.
Yeah,
but,
which is, like, fine. Doing it during the summer is, like, fun, and it's a cool thing. I mean, I would kind of, like, obviously it's on Cartoon Network, but, like, I think they know what their target audience is, and I just wish they'd, like, try and do a little bit better about it. Yeah. But it's fine. I mean, I'm just glad the show's on. I'm glad there are kids watching it. I have a friend, she went to visit, I think it's her little cousin, or to babysit, and that little girl ran up to her, she's like 6, and was like, "Do you love the crystal gems?" And my friend was like, "I do love the crystal gems." Like, I just think that's, like, really great and adorable, and, like, I'm just glad that there are, like, little kids watching this show.
Yes, mandatory viewing for all children.
So good.
Sure.
Like, yes. that kind of stuff just makes me really happy, and I think Steven Universe is just amazing.
Yeah, it's.
I look forward to another year of Steven Universe.
Also, the most important show on TV, clearly. For
easily, obviously.
For, like, kids seeing all this stuff, yeah. Look forward to another year. Thanks, guys, for listening. Let us know your thoughts. overlyanimated.com, comments here, YouTube, Tumblr. Us. Thank you very much. Consider supporting us on patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to our patrons: Mitch Cordell, Beatrice, Nate, Andy, Jamie, Rachel, John, Ryan, Catherine, Taylor, Devon, Jay, John, Finish, and Victoria, Katrin, and Steve, aka Phoebe, Mitch, Gunnar, Steve, Beach, Strange, Nathan, Philliam, Buzz Lightyear, Mailman, Rachel Rose, Johnny Robert, Brian, Cook, Cat, Needle, Diamonds, A, Jewel, Garfield, Fusion, Skylark, Patron, Katrin, frequent commenter Steve. Check out upcoming weekend podcasts. Nothing's potentially, by the time you're hearing this, nothing else will be new for the rest of the year, so we'll see on that. But check out overlyanimated.com. We'll have podcasts regardless, and maybe the awards thing. Maybe let us know whether we should have that. I wonder I don't know. We're gonna let people vote on that, like open voting. I don't think people would. We'll see. Anyway, that's interesting. Let us know your thoughts, and we will see you next time, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.